Hello there and welcome to our channel. My name is Vokim.
And I am Inifome.
Elesin Oba is finally out on Netflix and we really rushed to see this movie because it's one of the most anticipated movies of the year since it was announced that Ebony Life was making a screen adaptation of the famous play by Nobel laureate Wole Soyinka. We just knew that we had to see this movie.
I was anticipating this movie big time because I am a thespian, and during my year in school, Delta State University, this play kept coming throughout the 4 years. It was like almost every course you must see Death and the King's Horseman by Wole Soyinka. It was just so compulsory. But that book was like a core recommendation for us that we have to read. So I was really waiting to see this one.
Death and the King's Horseman is dubbed as Elesin Oba in this movie adaptation, and this play have been on different stages over time. First impression, I would say, I went to do this movie with my mind like, oh my god, okay, what are they going to do? What are they going to say? Like, how is it going to be? And I was impressed in a way.
First impression was from the trailer. I was like, oh, what is this? I did not like the makeup I saw on the Horseman, Elesin, the King's Horseman. I was like, who did this makeup? It's very obvious that it's fake. That was the only thing I said. That means I'm not going to enjoy this movie because this beard is going to be distracting me throughout while I watch this movie. And yes, it was distracting me.
Yeah, the beard was kind of off. It looked like Santa Claus because his beard.
Santa Claus beard is so nice. This one is just there like Afro wig.
Yeah.
Real Afro wig.
Under the chin.
Just placed on the first back.
Anyway, the movie is
it's something that anybody can any amateur can do. I'm an amateur, I can do that.
Well, the movie is basically just about the King's Horseman, it's actually a tradition in Yoruba land, and this movie ran for an hour 30 something minutes, or let me just say 2 hours, and all through the movie, the language spoken in this movie is Yoruba, and it's basically about the King's Horseman, and it's actually a tradition whereby when the king dies, the Oba dies, his favorite dog, his horse, and his horseman has to go with him. So the fate of the village is on him, because if this king, if he does not perform his duties as a horseman, like if he doesn't die with his king, the spirit will find no rest, and an ill fate will fall on the village. So he has to perform this right, and he decided to enjoy his last day on earth, which is actually an understandable thing to do as a human being. And he decided to get a new bride, possibly have a new plant his seed before he leaves the earth. And actually, at the end of the day, due to all sorts of circumstances, he was not able to fulfill this duty that he really wanted. I don't know if he really wanted to do that, but he was not able to fulfill his duty. And yeah,
so this movie and the stage play was actually based on a true life event that happened in 1943 during the colonial rule in Oyo State, and it was during the Second World War. I feel like Elesin was stalling his faith. Like, you will not want to, like, I feel like he was reluctant to actually perform the ritual because he knows that, okay, I'm supposed to do this tonight, but now he decided that he wants to get married that night before the time. He wants to plan it all of a sudden. I feel like he was just trying to just stall everything that was going to happen. But at the end of the day, he actually showed that, okay, he wanted to do it, but maybe he just felt some kind of reluctance. That's why he did what he did.
I don't think there's any human being that will be so happy that when they tell you that you're going to die tonight, that will not want to stall. So I can understand your Elesin from that perspective. I can understand him. This movie has been met with mixed reaction from the audience. People have said it's a masterpiece. People have said that, oh, they didn't like it. And some people, and one part that really sparked controversy is the fact that there was nudity in the opening scene. And yeah, I think I'm in that place as well. In as much as I enjoyed the movie and I was impressed, there are also some things that we wish were different. But first of all, big ups to Shafi Bello for her outstanding role in this movie.
Yeah.
I cannot imagine any other actress killing this role the way she did.
Yes.
She was beautiful in this.
Everything, her expression, her tone, the way she delivered her lines, she killed everything. Like she was born for that role. Like that role just belonged to her. Everybody should stop acting on stage and everything. They should just leave the role for her.
Yeah, I think that's the only person that really killed for me. I was happy to see Brymo. On my screen that because that's his first role in a movie. But I was expecting more, but I was happy to see him, and I think of course his Brymo, his song was really nice. But I was happy to see him, but not like his acting really impressed me. The only person that impressed me for their acting was Shafi Bello.
For Brymo, I was expecting more because from the play, the praise singer had lots of lines. Brymo did an amazing job with his singing, but he not really. Okay, he sang the theme song for the movie. He did not really do a lot of that praise singing in the movie. It was just
that was how they wrote the script.
Okay. For the stage play, the praise singer had a lot of lines to deliver, but Brymo was just there. I'm like, okay, he has a nice voice. I want to see Brymo.
I was expecting him to sing.
Yes,
So
but there was another man behind that was actually doing the job of the praise singer.
Yeah.
Why did they just put him here for
fancy? When I saw
fancy?
Brymo, like, oh wow, he's going to be the praise singer.
Yeah.
Now
I said, this is going to sound really nice.
Yes.
I cannot even wait. But then he was just standing there. He just had a few lines to deliver. Then he did the song, but he not really sing. All those,
Then another people that really impressed me were the people that did the costume. I really like Shafi's outfit, that blue. Yeah, it was just beautiful.
The costume people did a wonderful job.
Yeah, they tried.
But for some of the costume, like the masquerade costume was too shiny. It's obvious that it's new and it was created for this movie. At least just touch it somehow so you can just look, okay, this thing has been there before. But you look, oh, it's brand new. Yeah. That's how the masquerade costumes look for me. But the rest they tried, even for the ball that they had, they tried for the costume. The set design they tried.
Okay.
Cinematography they tried. Although I was irritated at the beginning when they were just doing some kind of slow zoom into their faces. I'm like, what's happening here? But they did a wonderful job. But makeup, I think makeup was not so bad. But for that makeup for the main character, it was horrible. I'll say it again, it was bad. I don't like that makeup. It doesn't make it doesn't make him look like he's an old person. He didn't look old in your eye. You know, okay, this man.
When the dark circles
yes, it was just obvious. They should have just done more for that.
Another thing that impressed me, okay, generally, is that something that I've noticed in Nollywood, is that there's always a need for some kind of continuity on our screens, and like we've never mentioned that we have again star-studded cast, always star-studded cast, and I feel like that role of the Elesin Oba returned from the UK that is now that came back wearing a suit. He did not really play much. Like his role was not really much in the story, and I feel that role could have been given to someone else, someone new.
I feel so.
Even a mommy that I really love her acting, and I was looking forward to more from her. I think she's a good actress, but she didn't even utter a word in this movie, and I feel like okay, a mommy that is relatively big. At least we know. Okay, at least I know she's in a number of films. She's on a lottery. She had worked with everybody in life before, and she's in a number of movies, and she's a good actress. I can't even deny that fact. But this lady, she's not uttering any word, and I feel like a new because even in as much as she's not saying anything, her facial expressions tells a million stories. But I feel a young new face can take that role.
Elesin Oba, for me, he's a good actor. I've seen him he has done a very good job. But for this film, he did not try for me. I was not feeling.
Did he do well in Blood Sisters?
He did not really have a lot of lines in Blood Sisters. He was just but at least he tried for Blood.
He had a lot of lines. He was like it was the guy that they killed.
And he died in the first episode. He's a good actor, but for this role, I felt like he was not just connecting. His dialogues were just dry. I felt like he was just trying to just deliver the lines. Like, okay, let me just. You were not just. You're not. It was not like he was passionate. He was just. You know, like the words were from him or for him. Like these are the words that he wants to say from his heart. Just like actually. Say this thing and repeat after me. That's how it felt like to me.
That's a dialogue with the
Jane.
Jane. Jane's a good actress.
Yeah, Jane killed her role.
She
I felt her before I even felt her husband.
Yeah, the white lady
Pilkins.
in the Jane Pilkins in the movie. She did well.
Yeah.
She did well in that role.
Yeah, she did a good job. But I feel like this man is actually trying. He's the one that is killing this dialogue right now.
Yes.
That's how I felt for it. Then Jide, Mr. Jide, Baba Jide. He's a good actor. Like, this man is a legend, sir. But why will you take that kind of role?
I think they added it for comic relief. That's why I'm not really hard on his character.
Anybody can play that role for him. Like, I feel like his career is above that kind of
role, right?
acting and that kind of role.
Maybe he's trying to not be one-dimensional, I guess.
I just feel like they just wanted to just put popular faces so that people will watch the movie or be interested in it. Why you not make him Elesin?
That's true. They'll make him Elesin.
Because you are trying to say that Elesin is already an advanced person. For you to make his beard white like that, you're trying to tell us, okay, the person over 50 or so. That's what you're trying to tell us. So why not put this man there that the man should be?
Praising Odunlade's acting. Odunlade played Elesin Oba in this movie.
He did a good job,
I don't think so at all. I don't think so. The special appearance by Joke Silva and Taiwo in this movie, I found it. I don't know if I've read this play, but I've not finished it. But so I don't know if there's a role for these women in the play.
No, there is no role for them in this play.
It was utterly unnecessary, and the way they even delivered that role was bland.
I feel it was unnecessary, very unnecessary. Like, if they put my problem is if they put any other person there to stand and smile and welcome Prince.
Again, star-studded cast. And another one that for me, I would say personally, when I was watching adaptations, people like to tweak the story and everything. Shout out to B. Bandele, may he rest in peace.
Yeah, the director and the screenplay writer.
And so, shout out to him. I was expecting that they'll play with the story. I know that this is really a play that people really admire and adore so much. It's really popular in Nigeria, and Wole Soyinka is Wole Soyinka. But I was expecting some kind of new things. I thought they were going to impute stuff into the play, but I felt like, okay, don't leave it like that. Good and fine. However, the scene where the Elesin came out with the bloody handkerchief, I was utterly disgusted. Because number one, it's misleading. I don't care if they wrote it in the past or if it's some sort of culture that people were thinking was correct. It's misleading because it's wrong, and you don't have to put it, like, I'm not saying that it doesn't happen, but however, when he laid with for people who haven't seen the movie, they've seen in this movie, he laid with
His new bride.
virgin bride, and he came out with the white handkerchief, and they were like, oh. It was ridiculous to me. I understand that, yes, it happens and all of that. Yes, it happens, but is it misleading? And a lot of people have died from this practice. Like, I don't know, it was just really personal to me, and I just felt like, oh, this is misleading.
I was just very irritated and disgusted by that scene. That's just all I can say.
It did not make any sense to me. They could reject that part.
Maybe they just want to alter the work of the playwright so much. Maybe that's why he would just say, okay, let's put it there.
I feel like it's misleading, because a lot of people will see that.
I don't know. What about the opening scene, the nude part?
People, the nudity. People talk about the nudity. That part was when you're acting. Most of this time is because Nigeria can be sort of prudish nation, if that doesn't sound offensive, but. And people, most filmmakers now are trying to really explore in their craft and be flexible.
And it's good that you're trying to do all these things. I appreciate it. Yeah. But, is it necessary?
Even if it's not necessary.
That play was not even inside the play, safe.
It was not in the play.
It was not in the play.
If you can add that irrelevant part, why not remove a part that is so harmful to a It's harmful to women.
I don't like that scene. So I don't really want like that scene.
That scene disgusted me. I was just screaming, am I blind? Am I blind? What is this nonsense? Like, a lot of people are not informed sexually, first of all. Then you have to put this movie out there. And people say, oh, yes, this is African culture. And you understand. There are a lot of cultures, and some of these cultures are abolished. But this virginhood, if there's any word like virginhood, talk, and all of that is still very much in play in the society. It's misleading. I don't know anybody. Nobody will tell me different about that scene at all. It's misleading and irrelevant. And like we were saying about the prudish nature of Nigeria, people are talking about the nudity and all of that. However, even if you want to add nudity, we are free. People said, in Anikulapo,
people said they admire, they're like from this. This is just the first thing, and they really like it. They are happy about the way they are bold and the way they are
people say bold.
Very bold, that they like this.
People are compared to Anikulapo that in many ways, but in this nudity policy.
Please, nobody should do that to mistake. I will find anybody that compare this story to Anikulapo.
Okay, we'll get to that. However, this nudity part I'm talking about now, people have said, in Anikulapo too, that's how they brought breasts in, but they said it's prosthetic, this or that. People didn't like it. And for me, I don't have any problem with people acting nudity, good and fine, a special craft. But bad acting is what I don't appreciate. It was stiff, like we have to add that scene, we have to add this scene, yes, good. I have to add that scene, The Odunade was in the middle, I do not understand. Is that how you
swimming in women?
That's never. It was. You probably don't want Hailing Odunade's acting. No, I did not appreciate it.
He did well.
In that scene, did he do well? Is that to?
I don't know. I don't know. A little bit. Set of a bunch of women.
A bunch of women. To me, I didn't really like. To me, his acting was so bad.
I don't think it was so bad. I think it was okay. I'll take his acting over his sons. The guy that played this.
Only Shafi did it for me. Give her all the flowers. Give her every single one.
She killed this role. So I was saying Anikulapo. Some people were like for Anikulapo, retweet for Death and the King's Horseman. Elesin Oba. Please. This is an insult. It's an insult to even say that. To put Wole Soyinka's work with Anikulapo. Don't do that.
I can understand their comparison. Because I can understand that comparison.
No, first of all, the set for this film, Death and King's Horseman, is mad. You can't even compare the two markets. Like, can you compare the two scenes? The set for the two scenes. There was market now. We are comparing the two markets.
They did better, and it's the same Oyo Empire, right?
Yeah, Oyo.
It's the same Oyo. However, I can understand why people are, the first thought that comes to anybody's head that Anikulapo, because a lot of movies have been coming out in Yoruba language. I
don't know why they did this one in Yoruba, because the books are originally written in English.
They want to do it like that, I guess, because people are encouraging indigenous movies.
Embracing culture.
Yes.
And the movie showed the Yoruba culture richly. They did well in the music, the drummers.
But however, I can understand why they're comparing Anikulapo to Elesin Oba, because that's just the most recent movie that was in Yoruba. Comparing
Anikulapo and Elesin Oba, but Anikulapo was over 2 hours of nothing. Elesin Oba is 1 hour and 30-something minutes of good story.
I can't even lie. I'll pick Elesin Oba any day, any time. However, at a point in Elesin Oba, I was bored. I got tired. I got disconnected from the story because it was this repetition that I was getting fed up of. They had to be repeating and reminding him that, I supposed to die. Elesin. I know the dramatics of it all, but since they were adapting to screenplay, repetition is something that is not really necessary now. There was a lot of repetition. At the point I was like, okay, when are you going to finish? I can't even lie about that. I can't lie.
Please.
I can't lie about that. Honestly, at the point I was like, okay, when are you going to finish? It was anticlimactic.
So during the end, I felt like, please, can you put us get to the point? We all know that the boy is dead. Sorry, spoilers.
They even acted that last scene. It was really the last scene.
Yes.
It was really like Oh, this is they were tired. I will wrap it up.
The strangling part, I don't really feel it.
How can somebody strangle themselves under how many seconds?
That gets not to. People see shake small.
That thing can only be forgivable when it's on stage. People understand that, oh, he died, he killed himself. But
This movie kind of looked like a stage play.
At that ending part, at the beginning part they tried, it was really nice.
It kind of had that look and feel of stage.
Maybe they tried to maintain that, but I would say 5 over 10.
5 over 10. Story, beautiful. Story is
Goleshonga.
Story is 10 over 10.
Why would it be 10 over 10 when it's based on real life events?
And he tried to portray it. He tried to put it.
And mind you, not the person who written the story.
Beautiful work. 10 over 10. Let's rate the cast, people.
Cast.
I'll give them 8. What's her name?
Shafi Bello.
Because of Shafi Bello. If not, let's give them 8. 8 over 10. For cinematography, 10. Good job. For makeup, 1 over 10. Don't do that again. Don't do that again. What else? Costume, 8 over 10. You did a good job, except from that masquerade costume. I have a problem with it. What else?
That's the sets now. Okay.
Music, Brimo, drummers.
I'll say 5 over 10 for the entire movie. 5 over
10. 10 over 10 for the music. Yeah.
For the entire movie, Uncle.
For the entire movie, 8 over 10.
You're so generous. 5 over 10.
No, let me reduce it. 8 over 10. No, it's 7 over 10. Last one. 5
over 10 for this movie. This we urge them to do more. These people, there are a lot of things like for that scene.
I want to see more Nollywood movies doing very well.
Alone, where they brought blood, like that was ridiculous. That in field. Then Shafi Bell is why I want to give this film 5 over 10. What else? The beautiful costumes. I really like the blue. So beautiful. Then the over putting celebrity faces. 5 over 10, please. More than anybody life for creating this.
People should do more. I would like to see more. I like to see. And please put new faces.
Please, we love to see new faces.
I know
that. We saw that girl in Blood Sisters. We were happy. Now.
Yes.
We liked her. But now,
I know there are many people that want to enter this Nollywood industry. People should give them opportunity, the chance to do this. You can put the other people there, or maybe just put them here, just sprinkle them just to coach the other people. But you don't just start making it all about them. Yes. It's so nice. Yeah.
So, are you going to say Elesin Oba?
You should see Elesin Oba. Are you? You should. If you have not seen it, you should.
I would. If you don't want to see it, that's fine. But it's a beautiful story. It's a beautiful one from Ebony Life. At least the last time Ebony Life released the movie, it was met with a lot of backlash. I think it was Chief Daddy too. And that Mo had to come out to apologize and okay, that the criticism have been saying and they will work on it. That was a good step from her, and we implore that they bring more faces.
Yeah, just new faces. Keep up with the set. Beautiful work, music, beautiful.
Yeah. If you enjoyed Anikulapo, you would enjoy Elesin Oba. Take it from me. So don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel.
And let us know what you think about this movie. If you have seen it,
leave a comment below.
Yeah, everything.
Until next time.
Goodbye.